Well, if you follow my channel, you know that the long-term plan is to turn this tank right here, this 90-gallon rimless, into a discus tank. I was well along on that plan, almost 2 years into growing out 10 beautiful discus when tragedy struck back on January 26th of this year, 2026. So that derailed that project. In the meantime, because I have some travel coming up where I'm going to be away from the fish room, I'm not making any real big changes in the fish room. I'm not acquiring discus to grow out. I'm not actually acquiring a lot of other fish either. I'm letting things kind of be very rock solid and stable, because the person that's going to be watching the house is not really a fish person. And so I don't want anything coming up while I'm gone. I have a short trip this week, about 4 or 5 days away. And then I have a longer, almost 3 weeks that I'm going to be away in June. And I'm going to have, house sitters taking care of the feeding the fish and watching things, taking care of Jack, my beagle, watering the plants, that kind of thing, right? They're not fish people. So I'm not introducing anything that's going to require any special observation or until then. So the fish room's in a little bit of a holding pattern. I have an empty quarantine tank. I'm probably going to move the fish that are in the 60-gallon over my shoulder here. I'm probably going to move those fish back into here, so that there's only the aquariums in this ring here, the immediate center ring of my fish room. Those will be the only aquariums the person has to deal with while I'm gone. I'll leave all the fish in the 90-gallon and until the time when I'm ready to bring in discus. Then I'll move all these fish into the 60-gallon acrylic and then use this as the first tank that the discus are going to go into, just to create a permanent home for them. Before doing that, I'm going to introduce some driftwood. I'm going to introduce some live plants into this tank, and I'm going to make it more of a discus type tank, as well as adding UV and probably one large sponge filter, like the kind that I'm currently running in a couple of my tanks, so that I have something that can run on a lithium battery in the event of a power outage, right? I have something that keeps filtering. Even though once this is a discus tank, it will have a uninterrupted power supply battery that one of the hang-on back filters is going to be running through, so that it can run for maybe 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours in the event of a power outage. It'll kick on if there's ever a power outage. I'll probably add another heater. Even though the heater I have in here right now is 500 watts, it can probably keep this tank at about 83, 82, 83. That'll be the target temperature for the discus. Right now it's running at about 74, 75, maybe 76 degrees, this tank. So I'll have a heater with a controller and a UV and some plants and wood, and that'll make this more of a discus tank. And I'll also replace the older Marineland 400 that's on here right now. There's a new Marineland 450 and then a Marineland 400. I'll probably replace that 400 with the 450, only because I just like how those are set up much more, especially with the pump in the aquarium, so that it can start up again if we ever have a momentary shutdown. It's going to self-prime and fill up again and get going, and not sit there and just overheat. So that's sort of the plan right now. What used to be the discus grow out tank is now just a tank I use to grow plants in. Not sure what I'm going to end up doing with that tank. The redhead tapajos that were recently taken out of quarantine, along with the rummy nose and some rasboras, are in the 55. They're doing great. 55 planted is doing great. And all the other fish, right now are doing, the tanks are stable, the fish are healthy, And so I'm not messing with much right now. I'm really kind of in a holding pattern. So around, I would say, early July, which is a great time for shipping fish, I'll be adding some African cichlids. I'll be bringing in the discus, and we'll go from there. So there's some fun in the future, but right now I'm a bit in a holding pattern, and that's okay. That's all right. It's all right just to enjoy what I have right now in the moment. What do you think? Give me your thoughts, ideas, tips down below. We all learn from each other on this channel. If you'd like my best tips on keeping fish, click on this up here, this playlist. And if you'd like to subscribe, just hit me in the mug down here. Just give me a good one. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. I will see you, my friend, at the next one. There is some excitement in the future, so stay tuned. Bye-bye.